The Psychology of Trading, Part 3. Okay, so per the last video, we started talking about the understanding and identifying your trading emotions, okay? So first off, understanding your trading emotions, okay? Understand what trading emotions are, okay? These are things, how emotions can have you make bad trading decisions, right? If you're angry, if you're having certain things going on, you're going to perceive the markets to be a certain way, and you're actually going to kind of get that cloudy judgment, and you're going to end up making very bad trade decisions, okay? If you aren't able to put your emotions in check. Think of it as a sports player, right? They actually are able to get mad for 2 seconds, right, on the plate, and then they're all done and they go out and go back and trade again, right? So, or a professional gambler, right? Hey, lose a lot of money one day, they get back up and they go tomorrow. They're able to control their emotions to where they don't let it affect them, okay? Also, understand how fear can take over your trading decisions, right? How many times have you ever placed a trade, unless you're brand new, but the minute you place the trade, you don't see the charts as clear. Everything becomes very cloudy, right? Because there's money on the table. You're so fearful of losing potentially. You need to get those emotions in check and understand, okay, hey, I have a trade plan. I know exactly where I'm going to enter. I know exactly where I'm going to exit. And I know exactly where my target is. So it's kind of like, hey, put money down playing blackjack. You know how to play the game. You're either going to win or lose, but you're betting a controlled amount of money that you're okay with. Something that kind of makes you okay to where it doesn't cloud your judgment. Okay? What I tell a lot of traders that I mentor is, hey, trade 10 shares. Trade 50 shares. You don't have to go out and trade 100 shares or 500 or 1,000, okay? This isn't a game of, oh, I could trade more, or I got to keep up with how much this guy trades. No, hey, it's kind of like the gym. I'm in my 40s now, okay? And it's funny because I remember back in my teens and early 20s, I used to care how much I lifted because I always was thinking other people are watching me and they're laughing if I don't lift a lot of weight, when the reality of it is they could care less. Okay? Then nobody cares how much you can lift. Okay? They're not like, oh, look, that guy's only curling 20 pounds while they're doing 30. Okay? So just really think about these little things of, trade your own game plan. Don't try and be like somebody else, okay? And then understand how the voices in your head, my head, our heads talk to us, okay? That's that inner kind of demon voice. Oh, don't take the trade. Remember last time you took this trade, you lost? Or what happens if you lose? Or you're not going to be able to afford this, or you could have bought this. All those are voices in your head. You need to shut them out and just say, hey, I have my trade plan. I'm going to take my trade plan and I'm going to do it. Boom, boom, boom. And everything works, okay? I guarantee you start to think that way and be aware of these emotions, and work on them, and you'll become that much better of a trader. Second, identifying, okay? Identifying your personal emotions, okay? How you feel when you win or lose. Again, don't jump on the stock market roller coaster. And what I mean by that is, when you win, don't get real happy, and when you lose, don't get real mad. Be very even keel, right? Just have no emotion. Just say, okay, hey, I won, cool. Or, hey, I lost. Okay, hey, that trade didn't work out. I know it's easier said than done, but guess what? When you actually have a trade plan, it makes it that easy. When you know exactly where you're going to enter, exit, and take your target and stop loss, it changes the entire game, okay? Understanding your own risk tolerance, okay? I kind of touched on that earlier. Understand, you first need to say, hey, okay, cool, I can have a drawdown or a loss of $100, okay? For somebody, if they lose $100, that's nothing. For you, that might be a big deal, okay? Everybody's account's different. Everybody perceives money differently, okay? A gambler perceives money, okay, is a piece of paper. The scared money perceives money as, hey, that could buy me 10 meals, or that could buy me this, or that gives me safety, okay? All these different things. And then finally, do you make excuses for a bad trade, right? Again, identifying yourself. When you make a bad trade, do you make excuses? Oh, the market maker was after me. Or, oh man, every time I take the trade, news comes out. Or this or that, right? Okay? That's not it. Look, that's part of the game. Because what happens is, a lot of times, traders who think that way don't think about the positive side, okay? And it's also kind of the power of positive thinking, right? Think positive and positive things will come back to you. And don't make excuses. Say, hey, the trade didn't work out. I did my homework. What can I learn? Where did I mess up on the trade? Or did I do everything right and just the market just happened to go down versus up? Okay? And then finally, master, okay? How to master your trading emotions. Understand yourself and your trading emotions, okay? You need to master who you are. You need to identify and understand who you are, how much you can risk, not to get overly happy or depressed if you win or lose, not to let the wins or losses overrule who you are and ruin your day. Okay, so you need to master them, but the way you master them is you identify. Okay, you identify and you're aware of these. And once you become aware of it, okay, it makes it that much easier. It's kind of like an alcoholic, okay? Somebody who's an alcoholic, they're like, oh, I don't have a problem, because they're in denial. But the minute they actually become aware of it, then it becomes a lot easier. And that's usually, they go, hey, I'm really messing up. There's something going on. And they go out and they look for help, okay? Own your trading decisions. Kind of going back here, right? Make excuses for a bad trade, okay? Own your trading decisions. I put the trade on. I did everything right. The trade did not work. No market makers coming after you, okay? Nothing like that's happening. It's all in your head or from what things you've heard. You're just maybe need to learn your technical analysis a little more. Remember, you make all your money off the entries, not the exits usually, right? Because if you get a good entry, okay, on a trade, maybe at a support level, you look to buy at support levels instead of just willy-nilly, you're going to have higher odds and probabilities of making money and being successful. And then finally, have the willingness to accept your losses. This is probably one of the biggest things, and it took me a while, okay? I'm not going to lie and say I'm a super trader, and from day one, I knew all this. This is all stuff that I've learned throughout my years of trading, okay? I've had my ups, I've had my downs, but have the willingness to accept losses is the hardest thing. When we lose, we take it very personal, okay? Hey, that's money out of your pocket. You could have bought this. But want to know something? Have the willingness to accept them. Understand you're playing a game where you're going to have losses, okay? Just say, okay, I lost, and move on to the next trade. next time you're trading and you're thinking, think about Peyton Manning, okay? I think he's one of the best quarterbacks out there, and I'll watch him start a game and go 0 for 3 with the first 3 downs, 1, 2, bad pass, bad running play. He walks off. Okay, hey, guess what? Comes back on like nothing happened, and so every single possession is a new down, right? Okay, a new opportunity, and he's able to have the willingness to accept, hey, I'm not going to have a great possession every single time. We're not going to score every time, okay? And he just keeps playing his game. He has a game plan, and that's what you need to learn. And that's also part of having the willingness to accept your losses. Okay, and then do you have self-control, discipline, and patience? To be successful, you must. Okay, you must have all these things. Okay, you must have self-control, not to overtrade, not to understand, hey, I need to follow my trade plan. The discipline side, right? I'm going to only risk this much. If I lose, I stop trading for the day if I lose X amount of dollars. Okay, and then the patience of the patience side is going to be more, I'm going to wait for my trade to set up. I'm going to wait for the high probability. I'm going to wait and be patient and wait for the price to come to me. I'm not going to chase. Guess what? If price doesn't come to me, oh well. Okay? I'll wait for the next trade because eventually price will come to you. Can you adapt to change to be successful? You must. Okay? The markets are always changing. Okay? For the first 8 months, we had implied volatility between 12 and 15, 16 all year. Okay? And now, all of a sudden, we're between 25 and 40. Okay? For the last 2 months. So, markets change. I remember with low volatility, we'd be lucky to get, it would take an hour for the market to move 3 or 4 points. Now, it's moving 3 or 4 points in 30 seconds. Okay? So being able to adapt to change and understand, hey, markets change and all that, will help you become successful. And then don't spend your day bouncing from product to product, as you will keep missing trades, okay? Become the master of one product, learn it, and know everything about it. You can make a great living just by trading one product, okay? Again, I'll trade options, I'll trade stocks, okay, ETFs, all that. And I do that because it keeps me active, keeps me engaged, okay? I mean, there are times where I put swing trades on, stuff like that. But my bread and butter and the type of trader that works best for myself is the day trader. I scalp the EM and the S&Ps. I'm looking for 1, 2, 3 points, okay? And that's what works for me. But I know everything about the S&P E-minis. I know the times they trade, the way they react. I've created trade plans and systems and exactly the time frames to look at, the RSI divergence, everything, where every single day these trades set up over and over. So I don't care about big moves. I just know, hey, every day's a brand new game. Okay? It's a brand new day for me to trade. Okay? And there's always going to be trade setups. So this is it for video number 3 or part 3. Next up is going to be video number 4 with part 4 of the psychology of trading.